Hey everyone, it's Indigo. I'm going to do a video that I've been tagged in by MinxLaura123. And I guess thinking about it, this whole video is kinda MinxLaura themed because I'm also going to be opening a little package that she sent me. She sent me a package, I think like a week ago. No. I know what's in it, and it's just something that she picked up to thank me for collabing and editing the video. But honestly, I think I should be the one thanking her. She did such an amazing job on it. And then after I've opened this up, I will be doing an A to Z or Z video where you pick a word for every letter in the alphabet. And there has to be something that describes you in some way. I'll be reading that and talking about that. First, let me just stick right in. I'm the worst at opening any sort of package. Laura got me some Fizzy Fangs. This is really awesome because, you know, they're fangs. And, I've never had them actually, but they look kind of like those peach flavored candies that we have here. It's really sweet. So thank you, Laura. And, honestly, I'm just really happy that I met Laura and all the other people in the ASMR community and the Outlaws group that we started. It's just been a lot of fun, just meeting all these new people, and Laura is such a sweetheart. I'm so happy, you know, to be her friend. Not just first. Some little notes as well. So cool. She has such a nice handwriting. Lisa, my beautiful vampire sister. I hope you like the sweets. You're an awesome girl. Thank you for being my friend. I'm always here for you. Hugs, MinxLaura. XXXX. Look at that. She has some proper nice handwriting. She did a little. That's cute. This one is going in my memory box. Okay. And then now, see if I can do a little taste test. This one up on my okay. smells like strawberry. Oh my god. These are awesome. Let's see if I can. So sour, which is good, but not under my lip. Those are good. I'm sorry if I'm eating like a pig. I'm actually not very used with eating candy, I guess. These are pretty cool. When I was a kid, I wasn't really allowed candy. Not as like a health thing really, but I had an intolerance for a lot of things in candy, like colorings and stuff like that. Same with chocolate. So it was always something like a very special treat once a year, as opposed to something that I eat a lot, but I do love my candy. I'm sorry for the obnoxious mouth sounds. It's so sour too, so it's hard to keep a straight face. I like that. Let's have one more. And then I'll move on to the A to Z type, yeah. first have some water. Okay, so again, thank you so much, Laura. It's just been crazy to me meeting all you guys and, you know, just becoming friends with you and just chatting and talking. And when I started, you know, a few months into my channel, I mean, I'm no really big channel by any means, but I always felt like a bit of an outsider in it, and I really feel like I've kind of been accepted into the fold lately, which is awesome. And yeah, you're just, Laura, you're an amazing girl, and I love you, and you're awesome, and I'm just, you know, happy to be a part of your life. Yeah, I'm not gonna get super sappy. Well, I already did, I guess, but okay. Talking about sappy, let's move on to the 8C challenge tag. Now, this notebook is something that I just use for everything. There's like pictures in it, and if I wake up and I have like an idea or a dream, or write it down, or if I need to note down someone's address or stuff like that, everything goes into the book. And when I write letters I send to people, I just write it here and take them out. So, yeah. Okay. It's really awkward for me to talk about myself. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay. A is for Alicia, because Alicia, I think, is one of the biggest things that could have happened to my channel, really. I told the story before, but when making that video I didn't really have an idea in mind, and it all just kind of flowed, and I contemplated not even uploading it. But I'm glad I did, because it changed my channel for the better, I think. And vampire ASMR is kind of my thing now, so. But Alicia is more important to me than just that. All of my characters, but especially her, I put a lot of myself in my characters, really. I think writers and actors and people like that can kind of understand what I mean, and even artists or people that make music, and so a lot of your soul goes into anything you create. And with Alicia, she just, I mean, obviously she's not me and she's different than me, but yeah, there's still so much of her that resonates with me personally. So in that regard, she is pretty special to me. And yeah, I just love her, even though she's kind of me, but she isn't. But yeah. B is for benevolent, because I think I am a rather benevolent person. I always see the good in people, and I try to always, that's the word for that. I just try to react to people in just the nicest and sweetest way that I can, and just have an open heart and an open mind towards things. And just I think that a little kindness goes a long way, and whatever you put out is also what you get back. So I'm not perfect by any means, but I do try to, you know, do good and treat people good. C is for cosplay. Cosplay is something that I've done over the years, and I put it in not just because I love cosplaying. For people who don't know what cosplay is, it's essentially dressing up as a character from mainly animes, which are the Japanese animations. but also from series and books and movies in Western culture. And what I love about cosplay is mostly the creating of costumes and planning all that out and making something that is either an idea or something, 2D, making that in the real world. It's a real challenge to me, and I love doing that. Something that a lot of people know, I think, is that my profession, if you will, is actually a seamstress without a job at the moment, but that's what I love to do. I love sewing. I love making costumes and clothing and that sort of thing. D is for dogs, because I am a dog person, which is, as you'll hear later on, quite ironic, but I do prefer dogs over cats. I'm also highly allergic to cats. We've always had dogs when growing up, and just love playing with dogs and running with dogs and just their roughness. I like that a lot. And 3 is for Eddie, who is my boyfriend. And could probably do a whole video just rambling about how amazing he is, and he really is. But we haven't been dating that long, actually. Only, I'd say a little over a month, I think. And but I've known him for a few months now, and we actually met in an online Vampire the Masquerade role-playing group that I'm a part of. And I didn't expect it to happen, to fall in love, and neither did he, but it's been absolutely wonderful. He's so sweet and amazing and super handsome, and I'm just really happy with him. We haven't met in real life yet, but we are planning something for the summer. He is from Puerto Rico and I'm from Holland, so it's not exactly around the corner, but yeah, I don't know, it just makes me happy, and he motivates me a lot in what I do in my videos and my channel, so a lot of videos you actually have him to thank for, because he provided me with the idea and things like that. He actually helped me write my A to Z's, actually, because I have a hard time really coming up with something that really defines me, I guess. But yeah, he's awesome. I love him so much. Okay, I feel like I'm screwing this video up so badly because I'm being so awkward and giggly, but I guess it's more as a tag video, really, so I guess it's fine. F is for Fangs, which I don't think needs a lot of explanation. Besides the whole vampire thing, I love Fangs. I am obsessed with Fangs. I think they look extremely attractive and cool, and yeah, I'm gonna go grab my own Fangs, actually. Let's see. I ordered mine a while ago now. I got the Scarecrow subtle ones. They're pretty easy. You just slide them over the teeth that you want. You have to mold into your teeth first, of course. And then they just stay there. As I hinted on my Facebook page, I might be getting some hobby effects veneers, which will be mind-blowingly awesome. So, yeah, but the whole vampire thing, I don't know what exactly got me into it. I remember as a kid I read a lot of like children's horror stories about vampires and werewolves and just mystical creatures. And I was hooked on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's one of my favorite shows even now. It has always stuck with me. I just was always just fascinated by the prospect of having eternal life. I'm pretty drawn to the night in general. Just, you'd be healthy and just powerful and full of strength, and it's just very alluring to me personally. So yeah, F for Fangs. Sorry to ruin the magic, by the way. The next one is G for gifts. I love giving gifts. I love gifting so much. I'm the kind of person that if I'm friends with someone or if I care about someone, I will be constantly thinking about gifts that I can give them. I like putting together like packages full of gifts and shipping them to someone. Well, to people that I care about. Just thinking about things that I will like or enjoy, and always add in a handwritten letter. Something personal. I just love doing that. It's then always super awkward seeing them open it because you're afraid they won't like it, but I just love gifting. It makes me really happy to make someone else happy like that. Then I've got H for history. History, when I say history, it's not like history, the school subject, because I was surprisingly enough pretty dreadful at history, just because the way it was brought in school was pretty boring to me, but I love like old history, like Egyptian and history and mythology, like Greek and Norse and Egyptian, of course. And I love the lore of things. I love reading about what makes a world. And this goes with fictional stuff, of course. I love reading about the background of things, and this makes me really happy to immerse myself into something like that. So, it's really what drives me in a lot of ways. It's awesome. It's also what I like about the whole Vampire the Masquerade thing, because it's such an expensive as in big, because my pronunciation is dreadful, world, and it's just so much fun to really immerse yourself in it and read up about all the stories and events and things like that. Then the E, or I really, is for Illuminati, because I love my conspiracy theories, even if I don't really believe them. But I just love hearing about wacky and weird stuff. I'm just fascinated by this underlying truths, and I don't know. I mean, as you can tell probably by now, I had a lot of trouble putting this list together, and yeah, some stuff on it is pretty wacky. But yeah, if there's a thing that people do, Illuminati, like this, Illuminati confirmed, stuff like that. I don't know. Just made that up, probably. Okay, then J is for Japan. A lot of people probably know this, but I love everything from Japan. Fascinated by the culture, by the history, by the mythology, by modern culture, by food, by anime, manga, by their fashion, music, even some. I just love Japan. Probably a very typical language as well. It's one of those languages that I really want to learn eventually, but it's super hard, and there's a lot of other languages that I want to learn first before getting into Japanese. So, okay then, K is for kittens, because, and I said this was going to be an ironic one, but like, I am very allergic to cats in general, but I just love kittens, and I just love acting like a little kitty. I even have like kitten ears and everything. I don't know, the whole aesthetic. I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with the whole Japan thing, because, you know, Neko girl is pretty, it's a pretty big thing. So, and another thing that I love is purring sounds. That just absolutely melts me. It's I can mostly just listen to recordings, of course, because, you know, very allergic, but yeah. Kittens, I wish I was one. I wish I was born as a kitten. Definitely. Okay. Then we have L for Lovecraft. And I have to shamefully admit that I've not read a single Lovecraft story yet, but I am so very fascinated with it. Of course, everyone's heard of Lovecraftian stuff, I think, by now, and it's very prevalent in a lot of modern media type of things, but it's just fascinating. It's dark, and it's weird, and it's creepy, and I just think it's awesome. I'm leaning towards having some Lovecraftian aspects in my videos, in my roleplays, and storyline, which is of course heavily inspired by Ephemeral Rift 2, is like the ASMR Lovecraftian guy. He does a lot of stuff with it, which is really cool and inspiring. So then M is for magic, which is kind of like a two-parter. Because for one, it represents the love I have for Harry Potter movies and books, especially the books, of course. And Harry Potter, man, that has been a large part of my life, honestly. I remember being read the first book when I was, I think, around 7 or 8, I think, when I was in the Boy Scouts. Don't ask, I really was in the Boy Scouts. I'm not making a mistake there. And I asked my parents about it, and they got me the book, and they read me the whole thing. And from there on out, I was basically hooked, and I got every book as soon as it came out, and I just ripped through it in like a day. I just loved it. And I remember the movies first coming out, and going to the cinema with my parents, and it was just magical, honestly. I really grew up with those books, truly. It felt like I was just, you know, like I was living it vicariously through the books, and yeah, it meant a lot to me, and a lot of my childhood revolved around Harry Potter and magic. And the two-parter is that, well, especially when I was in middle school and elementary school, we call it differently, but when I was younger, I was very interested in magic. I had like these magic books that you could buy with white magic spells, I guess, and we would try them out with friends. I was just, I don't know, maybe a lot of children have a face like that, but I always thought that and just Wiccan lifestyle has been very fascinating. Plus my mom is, you know, was always very interested in it, so I kind of got it off her as well. Then, I was going to say the number, but the letter N is for night. I have a very difficult love-hate relationship with the night. I have a very bad sleep cycle in general, especially lately. I've mostly been sleeping during the day and being up all night, which is not good probably, but for some reason the nights comforts me and it makes me able to focus. It's like there's less distractions. Like I can just purely be immersed in whatever I'm doing, whether that be reading or playing game or making videos like this. It's just a quieter time, and I just love the sounds the night makes, like the chirping of crickets, the fact that it's way more silent, no cars rushing by all day, no people. It's like nature gets a bit more free rein during the night. I like that a lot. Then the letter O. I really struggled with this one, and then it came to me like the. The O of course stands for Outlaws, the ASMR Outlaws, which is the group that I am now very, very proudly a part of. We started it officially a few days ago, really, but unofficially a month or something ago now. And we are a group of ASMR artists and ASMR viewers that want to do things a little bit differently. And that little bit differently is especially working together a lot for a lot of projects and coming together in the live streams and hanging out and just being supportive of each other, really, and just trying out things that are a little outside the box. But besides that, we're also a group of friends, and it's been amazing to hang out and chat and have fun, really, as I've mentioned before, of course. But yeah, it's awesome to be a part of something like that. So then, for number P, it's not a number. Number P, I've got Pendulum. And Pendulum, talking about the music, Pendulum, they're not my favorite band necessarily, but they are a group that kind of kickstarted my interest in music when I was younger. I remember having a group of friends. We would listen to it all the time, and it kind of inspired me to go out to concerts and, just be more social and be more involved, and that really helped me in that time, especially. And drum and bass still is, drum and bass is definitely my favorite music genre. So it really, it just kind of blew my mind when I discovered it. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. Then Q. Q is such a strange letter because it's so hard to get a good words with a Q. But I went with queer, which is really a good way to describe my videos. A lot of my videos are just plain queer. And with queer I mean weird. Yeah, I just like making weird stuff. I don't deal as well with watching weird stuff from other people, but I excel at making weird stuff, so yeah, I am very queer. And then for R, I have one of my favorite foods, and it is risotto. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Risotto. In Dutch we would say risotto, which sounds a lot different. But that meal is just. I was talking about doing the A to Z, and I came up with risotto, and I was like, risotto is like pure comfort food. It's like a soft, cuddly blanket for your stomach. It is so good, and it's just, I think honestly it's one of the best foods in the planet, especially if it's prepared well. It's just so tasty. I love it. Then for S, I have scars, which is kind of a difficult topic really, for a lot of people at least. I do have my fair share of scars. A lot of little scars that is gonna litter my hands and arms and legs from falling down as a kid and things like that. Then I have a lot of spots that on my body that are very severely scarred from it's like stretch marks basically, because I used to be obese actually. I lost a lot of weight the past 2-3 years. I'm now at a pretty steady, healthy weight, but I used to be obese, and that left a lot of marks, stretch marks and scars on my body. So, and then of course, as all people do, I also have a lot of internal scars, which you could also call traumas. I've touched on you know, my general issues before with anxiety and depression, derealization and PTSD, but never really went into what happened, and I won't. But yeah, there's definitely been some pretty hard to deal with stuff going on. I might talk about some of this stuff if I ever decide to do a Draw My Life video, but I'll have to see about that. I'm not trying to make it all mysterious, of course, but you know, it's just something that most people tend to want to not talk about, because it just makes you really vulnerable. But I do believe that being vulnerable can bring you a lot of good things in life as well. So, it's a nice crossover to T, which stands for Teal Swan. And Teal Swan is, in my eyes, one of the most amazing human beings on this planet. She's like a spiritual healer / teacher. And I learned about her through Kara, who has the ASMR Nova Star channel, which she's basically my favorite ASMR artist, female ASMR artist at least, because her voice is just melts me, and I just love every single one of her videos. They help me a lot. And she kind of introduced me to a video that she did on Teal Swan, and I kind of fell in love with her teachings ever since. It just really resonates with me and what I believe and what I want to believe about life and the universe and just anything really. And it's really helped me climb up from a pretty deep hole that I was in. So I still watch her videos every week. And I read her blog and everything. She's really been very inspirational to me, and it's really a good introduction and a more spiritual belief system that I've adopted lately. And then U stands for underwater. I just love being underwater. I love swimming, I love diving, I love everything under the sea. I've loved it as a kid. I would, whenever we would be at somewhere where there was a pool, or like on holiday during, near the beach, I would be in my bathing stuff in 0.5 seconds. I'd be diving in the pool or the water. That would be my thing. I just love swimming. I can do it all day. It's just serene, and it's rejuvenating, and it's just amazing. And I love diving and seeing all that underwater. It's like It's like an entire, you know, inverse world or something. It's very fascinating. And then for Fee, I realized I have vampires on Fee. Thought I had Fangs and then something else, but apparently we're gonna have it twice. Yeah. Vampires are so fascinating to me. But I guess I'll talk a bit about my vampire characters instead for this one. I have quite a bunch of characters now, actually. Let me just count that up. I have Alicia, I have Celine, I have Caldora, I have Maria. That's the 4 that I also covered in my video. I think that's the 4 real vampire characters that I have. Because then I have Emily, who is a ghoul, and then I have Anastasia / Sarah / Belle / what's her face, who is something. And do I have more? I cannot be forgetting anything now. That would be absolutely horrible. I think so, yeah. And then I have some upcoming characters that are covered in my story, or in a story that my best friend Cameron wrote for me, which is Vesper, who I'm going to be portraying actually in a video very soon. And all my vampires, they come from the Vampire the Masquerades universe, which is set in, of course, the World of Darkness roleplay universe. So they all have their own clans and everything, and I eventually, in like 10 years, want to have like a video of every, or character of every clan, but that's gonna take some time. But it is something that I'm planning for sure. Okay, and then for W, I have the world of Warcraft. I have played so much World of Warcraft. It's really one of the games that I've played the most, I think. I started around Wrath of the Lich King. I started out as a warlock, an undead warlock. And that character is still my main, only she's been transferred to be a human. Because I met my ex-boyfriend in World of Warcraft. And we went out for over a year. And eventually you just change all your characters to his faction, I guess. But yeah, World of Warcraft, it's been a lot of fun. It's really sparked my creativity in a lot of ways, because I always make up stories about my characters, and in general it's just fun to play, of course. And the lore is just mind-blowingly fascinating. I could just read about it all day. And as I said, it also made me meet a very special person that I learned a lot from, and I think he learned a lot from me as well. It's always really sad and heartbreaking to go through a breakup, but I think that the positives really outweigh that, because I just had a lot of fun and I learned a lot about myself. I made so much personal growth. It's astounding, really, that period of time. But, yeah, and just to meet someone like that through work is pretty interesting. And then for X, I have Xenophile, and Xeno, I think, I'm really bad at words in general, but I think Xeno is like something alien, and Phile is like having like a preference or interest in it. And Xenophile would be a person with a very big interest in people and things from another culture and other, things like that. And it really goes back to my love of languages, my love of history, my love of lore, of customs, of just things that are different. I love learning about that. And it also refers to the fact that I would so 100% date Garrus Vakarian from the Mass Effect games if I could. Definitely. And then Y is for you guys. Yeah, you, the one that's watching, the one that's supporting me, the one that's leaving very sweet comments, and it's just being so wonderful to me. I mean, I'm getting all sappy about this, but it just means a lot to me to have you here. That I'm able to express myself creatively in this way, and that there's actually people that like seeing that, and that it's just amazing. You guys are awesome, and it makes me happy every single day when I see you guys' comments in my inbox, and it just makes me happy to create stuff that I know people will enjoy. That really is an amazing feeling, that you can do something and that will help someone else. It's just wonderful to me, and it just makes me happy every single day. It really does. Yeah. Okay, and then last one, which is maybe a little typical, I guess, but Z is for zombies. Both because I really love zombie fiction. Of course, Walking Dead is awesome, and you have a bunch of really, really good films. The whole idea about a zombie apocalypse, I have to admit, is pretty alluring to me, even though I will probably die in the first hour, but it's always been a fascinating thing to think about. And lastly, because I can be a bit of a zombie sometimes. I tend to tire myself out by being up all night and then being a zombie during the day and just being slow, I guess. Yeah, because I'm kind of a zombie already. So I guess I kind of already lost if there's a zombie apocalypse. I don't know, maybe. Okay. So yeah, that was my entire A to Z. Making tapping sounds. Yeah, that was my E to Z tag challenge video. That was tagged by MinxLaura123. It was pretty fun to make, even though it's really strange for me to talk about myself for 50 minutes. It's crazy. But yeah, I hope you liked it. It was pretty interesting to just think about all the things that I like and kind of diving some a little deeper into that, because with so much going on and so much other perspectives around me, it's sometimes kind of hard to lose track of who you are and what you like, and what's your history and what's your interest. So, if anyone feels interested in doing a video, feel free to do so. You can link me to it if you do it, because I would love to see. And even if you just make a list, just post in the comments or tell me on Facebook, I would love to hear it. Yeah, that was that for tonight. I love you guys so much. You mean the world.